What is going on, good people? It has been a hot minute since I've posted a video of any sort of substance. And I actually was just in my bed, about to take my tired old ass to sleep for the night. But as I was scrolling through my phone, as I am wont to do, ran across a video by one of my favorite all-time YouTubers, IowaRetroGamerDad, and the subject of his video that obviously I want to respond to is basically what makes a reseller a scumbag reseller as opposed to, just a reseller. And one of the anecdotes he was sharing was that people had given him gifts over the past, and because they wanted him to have them and they knew that he collected and it would bring him joy. But he reached a point in his life in which, they were no longer of any use to him, and, he really agonized over selling them. And the question I suppose he was asking was, does selling gifts make you a scumbag reseller? And I would have to say unequivocally no. I have and I guess this is because I'm older now, a different view of material things. And it's just that things are just things. Things come, things go. You look back on your own childhood, or even as far back as or recently as 5 or 10 years ago, I bet you don't own like 90% of the crap you owned then. That's just the nature of things. They come, they go. And I'm getting to the point now where I am purging my life of things that just aren't of any use to me. And you see all this behind me, my gaming collection. I know I've said in the past that I was going to sell it, and then I waffled like a politician and said, no, I can't bring myself to do it. I put too much time and effort. But the more I think about it, I don't need these games. I don't play these games. These games do not bring me any sort of happiness just for them sitting on a shelf and being there. So with that in mind, I recently did run into what I would call a scumbag reseller. And I'll tell you why. I decided that if I was going to start selling off my game collection, and I am, that I was going to start off with my most expensive video game. And I threw it on eBay this week, and by a lot of hardcore collectors' standards, it's like a $400 game. And that doesn't seem like a real high dollar game, but I don't have a whole lot of those really expensive titles. I've had a few in the past. So I thought, well, if I'm going to get rid of my collection, might as well start at the top, right? So knowing that the game, which is F1 2013 for Xbox 360, has a fairly consistent sold price of, anywhere from $300 to $400. And I said, well, let me not be too greedy about it. So I listed it for $200 because I only paid $80 for it. So if I sold it at $200, I mean, that's that's $120. That's, it's not a bad profit. And I thought surely that entry price point, that'd be enticing for some collectors. And this is where I ran into a scumbag reseller. I say that. I don't know this for a fact, but it's just a feeling I have. I've been selling and reselling and been doing this long enough that, I have a pretty good vibe for this sort of thing. But, on eBay, most listings you can make offers. And I expected, some slightly below asking price. I got my first one was for $185, and it ended up being from the guy who eventually did win the auction, and I turned it down. But then I got this ridiculous lowball offer. It was like it's trying to, get me to $125. Now that I know is a scumbag reseller, because I'll tell you what, in my mind, the hallmark of a scumbag reseller is that they will absolutely, even when they know that a price is already below market value, they will try to talk you down and get you down to just the absolute cheapest price possible. And I get that the entire nature of capitalism is buy low, sell high. But if something's already marked below market value and you're still trying to whittle that down even further, I'm sorry, you're scummy. You just are. It's a scumbag move. As for, again, selling gifts, there are some gifts that I wouldn't part with. I know I just got done saying material things, things come, things go. The things that truly have lasting value to me are things that loved ones have given me just out of love for me, from the bottom of their heart. That's why I save like most of the little cards and notes that my children make me. I'm going to save those forever. Those are irreplaceable. Those are the things that if my house was on fire and I had to rescue just a handful of things, those would be the things. But things like video games and movies, it's not like you'd never be able to get them again if you ever wanted them. So that's why I have made this decision. My wife and I, we've been married for 10 years. I promise I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. I know it's late and I'm tired. But another motivating factor in me selling my collection is that my wife and we've always kept separate finances. We found that it works better that way. As long as she's paying her part of the bills, I'm paying mine, then, everything's hunky-dory. But I got to thinking, we've got these bills, we've got some debts we're trying to pay off, and I have, according to VGPC, over $20,000 tied up in my video game collection. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to sell it for that, but the reason that I haven't moved quicker on it than I have is precisely because of Scumbag Resellers. I would like to sell the entire thing as a lot, but I know, without a shadow of a doubt, let's just say total collection's worth $20,000. I'm gonna get a whole slew of cats in there that are probably gonna try to get me at 5 to 10% of that overall value. They just are, and I think that is absolutely scummy. That's why I'm just gonna piece it out over eBay. That way, when I get these Scumbag Reseller offers, I can just hit boop, decline. But I guess bottom line, yeah, a Scumbag Reseller is somebody who tries to take advantage of someone else to further their own financial benefit. Anyway, I have rambled on now for too long, and my throat is a little dry and tickly. I've been trying not to cough this whole time. It's been maddening. But anyway, as always, pick your battles, because not every hill is worth dying on. And I will see you on the next one. In the meantime, could you do me a little favor and like and subscribe? That would be absolutely amazing. I would love you forever. Take it easy.
Being strung out is not a game. So if you're thinking about using crack, don't do it.